Hi, it's Anita at Daydreams of Quilts. I'm here to show you another one of the Halloween houses blocks. This one is the Improv block, and it's going to wind up something like this in the end. This is totally free sewing. You make it how you want. It doesn't have to look just like mine. What we're going to do is we're going to start with a 9-inch square, and we haven't sewn the roof pieces on yet. So you might want to save some of your 9-inch squares without roof pieces for this block. And we're going to just pick a spot to cut it. I kind of like to cut it sort of in the middle, which would be at about the 4.5-inch mark on your ruler. But you can cut it wherever you want. If you want your door off center, and it actually will wind up being a bit off center here once we sew this together. Then you're going to take a piece of scrap fabric that you want to use for your door and sew it onto another piece the same width of the background fabric. And make sure if you have a directional fabric like this one that it's going in the same direction. Then you just put them right sides together and sew a 1/4-inch seam to attach them, and then we'll trim them up after. So I'm going to sew a seam. Background ambiance is provided by my almost 1-year-old baby. Okay, so here we go. We're going to sew 1/4-inch, and remember that when you're cutting out your door shape that you will be losing a 1/4-inch on each side. Okay, and then we'll come back to the cutting mat and trim off that excess off the end so that we have everything the same length. I'm going to press my seam okay, and then I'm going to attach the other half of the house back on. Again, right sides together with a 1/4-inch seam. Okay, so here we go. And again, we're going to press our seam. I'm just pressing it away from the door, but whichever way it wants to fall. We're not matching these up with anything else, so it's okay. Okay, so now we have the house a little bit wider than 9 inches, so we need to trim it back down to be 9 inches. So I'm going to take a little bit off the sides. Try to get my door centered again. I'll just line it up on the edge of my mat and cut it at the 9-inch mark. Okay, so there is our house. Now at this point, if you want to, you can make another cut and add a window, or you could applique windows if you want to, have them precisely placed where you want them. I'm going to just leave it with the door on this one, and you're going to take your background squares, the 4 3/4-inch background squares, and one of them you're going to do the same thing you did for the door. Just slice it, insert a piece for your chimney, and sew with 1/4-inch seams and press away. Now we're going to want to mark the back of this square so that we can sew diagonally from corner to corner. So what I like to do is put this down on my block and flip it up to see where the chimney is going to be, just to make sure that I'm going to be sewing it in the right spot. So I want my seam to go right here so that when I flip up, the chimney's in the right spot. So I'm going to mark a sewing line here. From one corner to the other, and you do the same thing on your plain background block. You mark a seam from one corner to the other. Okay, I'm going to attach the chimney block first. And then trim it. And then we will see how that looks. Okay, I'm going to trim 1/4 inch away from my seam. Oh, it's okay, we're almost done. Okay, and then I'm going to press my seam, flip this up and press. So there we go, we have my chimney sticking up into the sky. And then we take our other piece, put it down in the other corner. We're going to sew across that marked line, right on the line. Okay, and we're going to trim 1/4 inch away from that seam. And flip it up and press. And there we go. A house block with a roof and chimney. And this is one that also has a window pieced in. And I think I might take maybe one of these Gothic windows and put it above the door here and make it a little bit spookier up there. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for sewing along. Bye.